Making headlines, Parliament Speaker Abdurrahim Abdullah states that President Dr. Mohamed Muiz would ensure that the Maldives becomes a safe, secure and developed nation during his presidency. NDMA urges proactive measures to mitigate the potential damages from flooding caused by heavy rains. And WEMCO announces a significant reduction in gate fees for the integration of waste collection charges with electricity bills across all serviced islands. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to PSM News in English. I'm Mutwa Mahmoud, your host for the evening. Looking into the details, Speaker of Parliament Abdurrahim Abdullah urges citizens to put in every effort to help the government bring prosperity and progress to the country. In a post shared on social media on the occasion of the New Year, the Speaker wished the President, First Lady, the members of Parliament and all the people of Maldives a happy and prosperous New Year. The Speaker urged the people to work hard with renewed determination to bring prosperity and progress to the country in 2025 with new determination, while wishing the Maldivian people a prosperous New Year. The Speaker used the occasion to highlight the work President Dr. Mohamed Muiz's administration was doing to ensure a happy and prosperous future for the Maldivians. Social media platforms have been abuzz with New Year messages from cabinet ministers, political leaders and public leaders as well. The Speaker of Parliament Abdurrahim Abdullah states that President Dr. Mohamed Muiz would ensure that the Maldives becomes a safe, secure and developed nation during his presidency. The Speaker made this statement while speaking on a PSM program where he highlighted the achievements of the current government in 2024. Abdurrahim, who is also the chairperson of the ruling People's National Congress (PNC), said President Dr. Mohamed Muiz's administration faced significant challenges in 2024, including the dire economic situation inherited from the previous government. The Speaker also noted that the former Maldivian Democratic Party MDP government had allocated the 2024 budget in a way that it was inadequate to fulfill President Dr. Mohamed Muiz's pledges. However, he noted that despite these setbacks, the most notable achievement of the President has been preventing the country from going bankrupt while ensuring the uninterrupted delivery of basic services to the people. Highlighting other accomplishments, the Speaker said the Maldives was in a precarious situation when the new administration took office. He pointed out that peace and stability, social justice and financial situation in the country were failing. However, within a year of assuming office, President Muiz achieved significant milestones, including the establishment of the Maldives' first development bank to expand the economy. He further noted that while the establishment of a free trade agreement between China and Maldives marked a historic milestone, the Maldives also achieved its target of hosting a record 2 million tourists within a year. Speaker Abdurrahim also elaborated on the administration's vision for the future. He said the President is focused on restoring the peace, security and unity that once existed in the Maldives. He also envisions a future where significant social issues facing the Maldives are effectively addressed. Abdurrahim asserted that with these visions, President Muiz will be successful in bringing about a safe, secure and developed nation within the next 5 years. Speaker Abdurrahim assured that the Parliament would fully cooperate with the government to achieve its vision and produce the desired outcomes. The ministerial cabinet of President Dr. Mohamed Muiz could be described as the most productive cabinet in recent history. The numbers certainly backs the claim, with more cabinet decisions made in 12 months than its predecessors. These key policies decisions related to the betterment of society and suitable development of the country are already in motion. The President, on the recommendation of the Cabinet, decided on January 2, 2024, to establish rehabilitation treatment centers in Kaf Kashdu, Noon Velidu and Lam Velidu to authorize the operation of these illegal mandated rehabilitation centers. President Muiz, upon his cabinet's recommendation, has decided to formulate a special policy to facilitate the return of nurses and other health workers who have been out of service due to various reasons. In January last year, President Muiz established a company named Maldives Industrial Development Free Zone under the advice of his cabinet. This company will engage in large-scale importation of goods from neighboring countries and employ a re-export system to optimize profits. In the same month, the President, after positive deliberations with his cabinet, announced the decision to form a creative economy in the Maldives. President Muiz also made the decision on his pledge to move the commencement date of the academic new year to the beginning of the year. Following deliberations at the cabinet on a paper submitted by the Ministry of Health, the President had decided to establish a round-the-clock national helpline to assist individuals coping with mental illnesses and to pursue a comprehensive total solution. Following the Cabinet's recommendations, President Muiz decided to implement policies to ensure the availability of high-quality medicine in the Maldives in February. The President, in July, decided on important measures to address the issue of undocumented workers in the Maldives, following recommendations from the Cabinet. The Cabinet had also resolved to strengthen the enforcement system to address illegal immigration in the Maldives. President Muiz, following the Cabinet's recommendation, has decided to develop a comprehensive master plan aimed at combating tobacco consumption in the Maldives. This master plan will include additional measures alongside the enforcement of existing tobacco control laws and regulations with the goal of achieving a permanent solution to tobacco use over the next 4 years. Additionally, the President has instructed relevant authorities to ensure the availability of free smoking cessation programs at all health centers for individuals seeking assistance. In the Maldives, one of the key policies of President Dr. Mohamed Muiz's administration is bolstering national security such that the country's autonomy can be ensured without reliance on foreign entities. One of the most important steps taken towards this policy has been the repatriation of Indian troops that had been stationed in the Maldives for several years. This was achieved by the current administration through the noble principles of democracy and a strong foreign policy. One of the key changes brought to increase the capacity of the Defense Force includes the establishment of the Maldives National Defense Force (MNDF) Air Corps by President and Chief of Defense Force Dr. Muiz on 15 March 2024. This unit has commenced the 24-hour surveillance of the Maldives airspace using unmanned aerial vehicles for the first time. These vehicles are now utilized in all operations conducted by the MNDF aimed at safeguarding the independence and sovereignty of the Maldives. Last year, MNDF established an air force to enhance air defense, and later in November, the Army's Special Boat Squadron was established. This is a new MNDF unit created specially for major maritime operations. The MNDF has also developed a comprehensive concept that can protect the entirety of the Maldivian territory under efforts to create an air defense system. Additionally, several efforts were undertaken to provide services at a national level. The government is working to increase the capacity of the MNDF's Coast Guard for maritime surveillance. The Defense Ministry has worked on developing the National Maritime Security Strategy as well as the National Defense Strategy as part of the efforts. Last year, MNDF worked hard at receding flood waters resulting from heavy showers, especially in Mala City. Notably, the government terminated agreements with India to chart Maldives waters. The Army is currently in the process of procuring the equipment needed to conduct its own hydrographic service. The Defense Ministry is actively working to make Maldives a member state of the International Hydrographic Organization. Additionally, important efforts related to aviation security have also been undertaken. This includes the establishment of a robust system for data collection and analysis. The National Civil Aviation Security Training Policy and the National Civil Aviation Security Quality Control Programs have been reviewed and revised to align with the International Civil Aviation Organization's relevant annexes. The past year has been a successful year in fulfilling the presidential pledge of safeguarding the independence of the Maldives. Minister of Tourism Ibrahim Faisal says that tourism in a small country like the Maldives is now an example to the whole world. He made these remarks during an interview with PSM News while attending New Year's festivities to celebrate the tourism achievements in the past year. During the interview, Minister Faisal highlighted the key achievements of 2024, noting that February last year was the month with the highest number of tourist arrivals, followed by December, a close second. The minister also noted that Maldives tourism industry won the world's most popular destination award for the fifth time last year, adding that the world is now looking at Maldives as an example for tourism. He attributed the global recognition and the achievements last year to the hardworking and dedicated people in the tourism industry, along with the vision and advice of President Dr. Mohamed Muizz. He also said the top priority this year will be to improve occupancy at resorts. The government aims to improve tourism occupancy and bring in 15% more tourists this year than last year. The Department of National Registration (DNR) held successful efforts to enhance its national identity card renewal efforts during the past year.
In its New Year message, DNR shared details of some of its successful initiatives in 2024. One of these initiatives is to open 3 branches in the capital Malé regions to provide ID card printing services, 2 of which are in the first and second phase of the reclaimed suburb Hulu Malé. These branches were set up by the DNR to bring ID card printing services closer to the people. In addition to the capital, DNR has also established 3 branches in Gaf Alif, Dal and Hadal atolls, all providing ID card printing services. DNR had also provided 10 fingerprint devices to all inhabited islands in 2024 to complement the NARES online portal launched in July to issue identity ID cards through local councils. The first online portal to apply and issue ID cards was inaugurated in the Maldives in 2021. On March 2023, the then administration replaced the portal with an official online portal of the DNR, allowing citizens to apply for the card directly from their locations. It brought a halt to the services provided by the local councils in issuing the ID cards. Even though the DNR portal made it easier to apply for ID cards from anywhere in the world, making the service online created challenges for the elderly. To provide convenient services to the elderly, the administration started work to further strengthen the existing relationship with the councils. As part of these efforts, the administration launched the NARES portal. The newly launched portal is designed to streamline the processing and issuance of national identification cards. It enables individuals to monitor the status of their ID card applications and empowers island councils with the capability to issue ID cards, mirroring the process currently in place in Malé City.
The National Disaster Management Authority NDMA urges proactive measures to mitigate the potential damages from flooding caused by heavy rain. The Maldives Meteorology Service Met Office has issued a weather advisory warning for adverse weather conditions across the nation over the New Year holiday. Following the forecast, NDMA has urged the public to take immediate measures to mitigate the damage caused by potential flooding. The authority recommended moving valuable belongings to dry areas which will not be affected by floodwaters and turning off electronic equipments that are not in use. The authority also urged to be prepared for potential sea swells. NDMA's advice come with the Met Office has issued yellow alerts for the areas between Vav Atoll and Dal Atoll. While torrential rain and thunderstorms with gust winds of 45 miles per hour are expected for the area, seas are also expected to be rough. The yellow alert will be in effect until 12:30 a.m. on Thursday. According to the Met Office, the current weather conditions are linked to a cyclone that has formed southeast of Sri Lanka and a low pressure through associated with. Waste Management Corporation Limited (WAMCO) announces a significant reduction in gate fees for privately operated waste collection vehicles and the integration of waste collection charges with electricity bills across all serviced islands. Starting from 1st January, WEMCO has lowered the gate fee for privately operated waste collection vehicles accessing their waste management facilities. The gate fee, which serves as an admission charge, has been reduced from $13.75 to $6.88 per metric ton. In addition to the gate fee reduction, WEMCO will now integrate waste collection charges into the electricity bills in all serviced islands. This initiative follows an earlier collaboration with the State Electric Company Limited, Stelco, to merge waste collection charges with electricity bills for households in Marl City. The new billing system will extend this approach to customers in all islands where WEMCO provides services. For areas where Fennica Corporation Limited supplies electricity, the waste collection charges will be incorporated into Fennica's bill. WEMCO currently offers waste collection services in Marl City, Fornado in Lam Atoll, Mafushi in Calf Atoll, and Himafushi in Calf Atoll. The company has not yet initiated billing for these services in those islands until now. With the new system, customers will see the waste collection charges reflected in their electricity bills starting 1st January. In terms of pricing, WEMCO charges approximately $9.73 per household for waste collection services. Businesses are billed at a rate of around $0.013 per liter of waste collected daily, and the gate fee for waste management facilities is now $6.88 per metric ton. In addition to servicing inhabited islands, WEMCO extends its waste collection and management services to tourist resorts, supporting environmental sustainability within the tourism industry. A Tesla Cybertruck explodes in flames outside the Trump International Hotel, Las Vegas on Wednesday, killing one person and injuring 7 others, and the FBI was investigating whether the blast was an act of terrorism. Videos taken by witnesses inside and outside the hotel showed the vehicle exploding and flames pouring out of it as it sat just outside the hotel. The incident occurred just hours after a man drove a truck into crowds of New Year's Day revelers in New Orleans, killing 15. The Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas is part of the Trump Organization, the company of President-elect Donald Trump, who will return to the White House on January 20th. Tesla CEO Elon Musk was a key backer of Trump in his 2024 presidential campaign and is also an advisor to the incoming president.
Yeah, so the question is there any links to ISIS? And I will tell you that we don't have any indication of that here in Las Vegas, no overt ISIS flag as was seen in New Orleans. But again, we are investigating every aspect of this, and if that comes to light, we'll certainly update you.
FBI Special Agent in charge Jeremy Schwartz later told reporters that it was not yet clear whether the blast was an act of terrorism. He added that the FBI had identified the person driving the vehicle, which had been rented in Colorado, but was not yet ready to publicly identify the driver. Musk said the blast was unrelated to the Cybertruck itself. All-rounder Beau Webster will make his Test debut for Australia in place of the dropped Mitchell Marsh in the 5th Test against India on Friday. Australia won the 4th Test by 184 runs in Melbourne earlier this week to take a 2-1 lead in the series, but still need to avoid a loss in Sydney to claim the Border Gavaskar Trophy for the first time in a decade. Marsh, Australia's 2020 captain, scored only 73 runs over the first 4 tests and bowled sparingly as Australia bounced back from a thrashing in the Perth opener.
Yeah, Beau's been in the squad for a few tests now. Mitchie obviously hasn't quite got the runs or perhaps wickets that he would have liked this series. So felt like it was time for a freshen up, and Beau's been with the squad. He's been great. So it's a shame for Mitchie because we know how much he brings to the team, but I feel like now's a good week for Beau to get a chance.
A victory in the 5th Test would secure Australia a place in this year's World Test Championship final against South Africa. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant day ahead. Bye-bye.
ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಿಗೆ ದಾಯಿರಾಯಿ ಹಫ್ತಾತೆರೆಗ ಫಾಹಕೊಲ್ಲವೆ ಮುಹಿಮ್ಮು ಮೌಲುಮಾತ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಕು
ದಂಡುವರಿಕಂಗೆ ಸಿನಾತುಗೆ ಮಸಕೆತಕುಂ ಬಾಜಾರನ್ನಿರೆ ಮುದಾ
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸೈಟುಗ ಗ್ಯಾಗಣಕ ಹೈಸತೇಕ $1 ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾ ಡಾಲರ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕುರ್ಮಾ
ಅಮಿಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಿಯ